Hello everybody, welcome back to the footy recap. We're talking about the World Cup again today. Spain getting humbled by Cape Verde. That was a fascinating game, wasn't it? Also, I watched the Egypt-Belgium game, and I thought Egypt were really good. They were very physical, very aggressive. In general, I don't think any of the smaller, quote-unquote, smaller or more rubbish teams, supposedly on paper, They've all put a good showing in for themselves, haven't they? And it's been really fascinating. I feel like the World Cup vibes are starting to get there now. For those underdog stories, every single game, I find myself rooting for the underdogs. I thought Cape Verde, I mean, that goalkeeper, that 40-year-old goalkeeper for Cape Verde, what's his name? Vitinho or Vininho or something. I followed him on Instagram, if I can get my words out. What a fantastic story that was. Apparently he had 100k followers at the end of the game, and then people were like, go and follow him on Instagram, but now he's got like 5 million followers or something. Absolutely beautiful. Exactly what the World Cup's about. Those underdog stories, the little teams sticking it to the big man. Spain looking very average, if I'm honest. Obviously they rotated their team thinking that they'd bowl Cape Verde over, and Cape Verde came out and they were like, you know what? We're going to put in a good show and we're going to be hard to beat. They played a 4-5-1. They were very compact and aggressive. They did have some breakaway chances. Obviously, they don't have that quality up front to, really take advantage of those breakaways. But they did get chances. And honestly, what a great story. I was properly chuffed for them, as many people were. I think everyone wanted that to happen. With Spain, again, I've been seeing it quite a lot, It was like with the Netherlands when they played Japan. They went into the game with a lot of arrogance. They rotated their team a little bit. They looked like they were just wanting to, get rest some of their top players and bowl them over. They thought they were going to win 10-0 according to many people on Twitter. And then Cape Verde come out and go, you know what, mate, we're going to be competitive. We're going to be hard to beat and compact. And Spain couldn't do it. They had to bring on Lamine Yamal and they brought on Nico Williams. Is his name Nico Williams? Nico Williams. And they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. It was hilarious. Honestly, exactly what you want to see. The arrogance of these larger teams coming in and thinking they were just going to bowl teams over. Obviously, in the Germany game, that did actually happen. 7-1 against Curacao. But in fairness, Curacao got their goal, and that was the highlight of the whole match, to be fair. Everyone knew that Germany would probably win. We know how efficient Germany can be, and they do just keep going and keep scoring in many games. 7-1, a scoreline that is no mystery to Germany in the World Cup at all, as we've seen in many, many instances. But in reality, I thought the underdog story of this World Cup is really starting to come through. We've got lots of records being made. Cape Verde, with a 500k population, coming out and drawing with Spain. We've got Canada and Scotland getting their first ever World Cup points, which I thought was amazing. Or Scotland, I'm not sure if it was their World Cup points, but they got their first ever World Cup win. Egypt, who have never won a World Cup match, apparently, in 100 years... I think that was the stat. Almost got a win against Belgium, apart from Lukaku coming on and forcing the ball into the back of the net as soon as he came on. But Liverpool's Mo Salah, well, former Liverpool's Mo Salah, doing quite well, obviously being talismanic for Egypt. Egypt looked really good, And considering I've got a splinter in my finger, it's really annoying me. Egypt did really, really well. I was very impressed with how competitive they were. They were very physical and aggressive. They doubled up really well on Doku. They really limited Belgium's chances for large parts of the game. And like I said, these smaller, quote-unquote, smaller teams that everyone expects not to do very well, they're slaying the dragon at the minute. They're taking on the giants. They're being competitive. Egypt were very competitive in that game. And I think as well, when you think about the climate, the match is at like 28 degrees. And half of Egypt's team play in Egypt, where it's always 30 degrees plus. So in reality, they were actually probably at an advantage there against Belgium. Many of them who play in Europe, and the maximum temperature they play in is like 15, 20 degrees most of the time. So in reality, Egypt probably with a little bit of an advantage. They looked more physical. They looked like they had a good work rate about them, nice and compact. They started to get pulled apart a little bit at the end of the game against Belgium. The game got quite stretched at the end, which has been happening for quite a few of these World Cup games, which is also really nice to see. But in general, it's been fascinating. It's been very good. I didn't watch the Iran game because it was incredibly late in the UK. But overall, the recap for yesterday, the underdog stories coming in thick and fast. Everyone expected Belgium to beat Egypt, and Egypt were very competitive. Great goal scored by Egypt, by the way. Another Mo Salah assist. And in reality, I think Egypt, when you think they've got to play New Zealand and... Is it Iran? New Zealand and Iran in that group, you've got to wonder, they've got a chance, haven't they? They really have got a chance. It's going to be fascinating to see how some of these, quote unquote smaller teams actually do, because a lot of them could get through in the second or the third place with is it goal difference, I believe. 4 points would definitely get you through to the next round. And obviously with the increased amount of teams in the competition, it's going to be interesting to see who gets through. It's going to be interesting to see who gets who as well, because, I was looking at Japan playing the Netherlands, and I was thinking if England play Japan, we're going to be in real trouble, because we played them in a friendly earlier in the year and lost 2-1 to them, underestimated them, and really, didn't give them enough credit. They were very good on the counter. They were very, very compact, and they knew the times when to attack, the times when to sit in. They played really well against the Netherlands. There's going to be a lot of teams where you go, oh, that's a good draw for England if we even get through, by the way. We may not even get through. There's going to be many, many teams in this competition that on paper look like an easy draw, and it's just not going to be the case. I don't think there's going to be any teams in the competition really that are going to be slouches. There's going to be obviously different styles of play. A lot of the South American teams are going to be more physical, some of them more technical, depending on the quality of the team. But in reality, this World Cup is really hotting up. It's it's fascinating me at the minute. I'm fascinated by it. I'm loving the underdog stories. I'm loving the general vibe and the feel around the World Cup. I'm loving all these underdogs, like this guy, like I said, the goalkeeper for Cape Verde, getting 5 million followers on Instagram after saying he's only got 100k followers. This is fantastic. It's exactly what the World Cup's all about. It's about bringing everyone together, loads of different nations. It's about the underdog stories. It's about the huge countries playing against the tiny countries. And really, that's what it's all about. Everyone getting together, having a good time, all about football. It was fantastic. It's great to watch. I'm really enjoying the vibes of it now. I'm really starting to get into it after, a few days where it felt a little bit slow. I thought the opening ceremonies left a little bit to be desired. But in reality now we've got a bit more into the football. I'm starting to get that fiesta kind of feel about me. I'm looking forward to watching the games. Obviously England play tomorrow. It's going to be fascinating to see how we do. But overall, really, really exciting times. I'm very, very happy about the World Cup in general. Transfer news in the background going on as well. As a Liverpool fan, I'm excited to see if we get Diomande. I'm excited to see if we get Barcola. Many, many links to them as well. Obviously, we're going to see more of Diomande in this World Cup. He looks like one of the breakout stars this year. Looks fantastic, Diomande. Also, Bazamano Touré for the Ivory Coast looked really good as well. Liverpool also linked with him. But in general, really loving the World Cup vibes. As always, guys, I really want to know your thoughts. Are you enjoying the World Cup? I'm personally enjoying it quite a lot. The starting times are leaving a little bit to be desired as well. I'm missing a game or two a day because they start literally at 2 in the morning. But I'm really interested to know what you think. Who do you think is going to win it? I mean, I want to say England, but who knows at this point. As always, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.